The history of the Vikings spans roughly from the late 8th to the early 11th century, a period known as the Viking Age. Originating from Scandinavia, modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, the Vikings were seafaring Norse people known for their exploration, trade, raids, and eventual settlement across Europe and beyond. Their legacy is marked by their advanced shipbuilding, navigation skills, and cultural impact, blending warrior ethos with trade and diplomacy. The Viking Age began with the raid on the Lindisfarne Monastery in England in 793 CE, shocking Christian Europe and signaling the Vikings' arrival as raiders. A semi-legendary figure, Ragnar is celebrated in Norse sagas as a daring raider and king, likely a composite of multiple historical figures. He's credited with early raids on Francia and England, including the 845 CE siege of Paris. His sons, including Ivar the Boneless, led the great heathen army, cementing his mythic status. The sagas portray him as a cunning warrior. Using longships, they exploited their speed and versatility to strike coastal settlements. They were driven by population pressures, internal power struggles, and a desire for wealth, as Scandinavia's rocky terrain limited agricultural wealth. A Norwegian or Danish chieftain, Rollo, led Viking raids in Francia before being granted land by King Charles the Simple in the 911 Treaty of Saint-Clair-sur-Epte. This established the Duchy of Normandy with Rollo as its first duke. His descendants, including William the Conqueror, shaped European history. Rollo's transition from raider to ruler exemplifies Viking adaptability. The Vikings were not a unified group, but operated in independent bands led by chieftains or jarls. Their pantheon of gods, including Odin and Thor, shaped their worldview, emphasizing bravery and fate. By the early 9th century, Vikings established trade routes, connecting with the Byzantine Empire and the Islamic world via rivers like the Volga. They traded furs, amber, and slaves for silver, silk, and spices. The mid-Viking Age saw Vikings shift from hit-and-run raids to colonization. In England, the Great Heathen Army, led by figures like Ivar the Boneless, invaded in 865 CE, capturing much of Anglo-Saxon England and establishing the Danelaw, a region under Viking control. In Ireland, they founded trading hubs like Dublin. In Francia, Vikings settled in Normandy, securing a foothold by 911 CE. They also explored westward, reaching Iceland by the 870s, where they established a free state with the Althing, one of the world's earliest parliaments. Greenland was settled by Eric the Red around 985 CE. His son, Leif Erickson, explored Vinland, likely Newfoundland, Canada, around 1000 CE. Likely a Christian, he introduced the religion to Greenland. His voyages highlight the Vikings' extraordinary navigational reach, establishing them as the first Europeans to reach North America, predating Columbus by centuries. By the late 10th century, Viking power waned as European kingdoms strengthened defenses and adopted Christianity. Scandinavian rulers like Harald Bluetooth converted, aligning with Christian Europe. The Vikings' final major push came with Harald Hardrada's failed invasion of England in 1066, defeated at Stamford Bridge, coinciding with the Norman conquest by William, a descendant of Viking settlers. The Vikings integrated into European societies, leaving a lasting legacy in language, law, and culture. Their runestones and sagas preserved their stories, while their descendants shaped medieval Europe. The Vikings' impact endures in modern culture, from place names to genetic legacies, and their story reflects a complex blend of exploration, conquest, and integration.